who do you think, and we sort of mentioned this question beforehand, in terms of all the different chefs that have been on TV, who do you think's your favourite, would you say?
Well, there was one, but I won't mention his name, but he's off the list. So there's only one. There's 7 chefs. I
want to know who this is now. Just
I did really like Jamie Oliver, but he's gone down. The way he managed the business and lost all the restaurants.
Right, yeah.
And then there's one number 1 chef, and that's Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. He's the best.
What do you like about him? What's his thing?
How he comes across. Yeah. When I was, you have to be though, because if your name's on, if you've made a dish and it's on your name, and someone's making it on your behalf and you mess it up, you're going to get it.
Mm.
You're going to get it. And Gordon's the best. He's the best. Gordon Ramsay. You got Rick Stein.
Yeah.
You got Michel Rouge, who's the one of the presenters on MasterChef The Professionals.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Marcus Waring. He's got Michelin star. You've got Heston. He's got 3 Michelin stars at the Fat Duck in Bray, and that's £400.
Yeah.
You got Paul Ainsworth, who's got a restaurant in Padstow right next door to Rick Stein's, and that's 1 Michelin star. But Gordon's the best. He makes 60 million a year. His net profit is 200 million.
He's good TV as well. You were watching him. Not only is he as a chef, his standards are so high, but also to watch him on TV and to see how he manages and how
he's entertaining, isn't he?
His persona, And people forget he started off his career as a footballer, professional footballer. He was until he had a really bad injury.
But you drive into Vegas and all you see is Gordon. He's got 35 restaurants worldwide. 8 of them are in America, and one of them's in my old hometown of Baltimore, down in the city. So you got to think he's got 3 Michelin stars in London on his first restaurant, and he owns the Savoy Grill in Savoy too. So he's a ledge. I love him. He's brilliant.
Is there anything particular about his food? Would you say that sort of inspired you? Is there anything you've taken from him in that sense?
I've done a lot of his dishes, and I think it's diverse.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, you got Jamie, 5 ingredients, 7 ingredients, but with Gordon, it's just a bit more class. And some of them are just. I mean, I'm doing a dish in 3 weeks' time for my family. It's a lamb rump with grilled asparagus and a fondant potatoes. And then for dessert, I'm doing a dish that I did at the Milton Inn in Baltimore, which is the almond twill. I'm going to attempt to make mango ice cream. See how that goes down. But no, Gordon is the perfection. He's the best. But then, like I said, the other chef, Marcus Waring, Michel Rouge, Paul Ainsworth, Monica Galetti, who also is on MasterChef The Professionals, are great chefs.
Yeah. James, who would you say have you got?
Well, on my list, I did actually have Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay. I mean, Jamie Oliver, I probably, from a chef side, watching him over the years on these different shows that he's done, and the same with Gordon. I think they're both different in their own ways. Gordon, just because of that kind of aggressive side that I mentioned before, I think it comes across funny as well, but at the same time you understand that they're the standards that he sets. Exactly, with Jamie, I think there's more of a family sort of cooking show that you see, and having a young family myself, it's kind of what inspiration can you take from there.
And anyone can do it. I think with Jamie Oliver, that was always his thing. Anyone can do it. You know,
I've got all Jamie's books, and all of his dishes. A lot of them are family oriented, which is good. I have used a lot of Jamie's dishes in the past, but as a chef perspective, I think Gordon is he's flawless. He's awesome, and like you said, he's good TV as well.
Yeah, exactly. And for comedy value as well, one to mention, I think Gino D'Acampo's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like watching him on when he's on This Morning. I mean, mainly because of his language. You know, the English not being his first language, I think is hilarious. But as a chef as well, the way he talks about food, he's very passionate about it, and I think that's. When you see someone who's passionate about that sort of thing, then you know what they're doing is going to come. You know, you can kind of experience what it tastes like just by seeing the people on the show that are eating it.
The program with him, Gordon Ramsay, and Fred, what's his face?
Oh, hilarious!
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah. They're doing that again.
TV.
They were drinking limoncello in Vegas, and I've never tried limoncello before. When I was down in Cornwall, I bought a bottle of limoncello. Oh, it's good stuff. Just try it. Limoncello is good
I've
stuff.
had limoncello, yeah.
It's good stuff.
Very nice.
How about you, Matt? What's your favourite?
I would say that a guy who I absolutely love and sadly isn't with us anymore is Anthony Bourdain. If you know who I mean by that. He started his career as a chef, but then sort of focused more on programs about food, like traveling around the world, visiting different restaurants. But his focus was always less of the fancy side of it, more of just, good food of these little restaurants all around the world. He did programs called The Layover. He'd go from city to city for like 24 hours or whatever and experience the culture and the food of that. And just loved his attitude of probably similar in a way to Jamie Oliver, that food's an everyday thing. Everyone should be able to enjoy it, and that whole attitude, which is brilliant. His programs are on Amazon Prime. I really recommend checking them out if you haven't. He's such a very, very cool presenter. He's a bit rock and roll in the way he presented things as well. You'd always see him absolutely drunk at a bar, sort of, and so on, just enjoying the nightlife and meeting his friends and so on. Yeah.
Another chef that I met and I saw, and I also ate at his restaurant, was Gary Rhodes. Right. He sadly passed away.
Yeah.
And I ate at his restaurant in 2010, where I proposed to Kerry in Tower 42.
Yeah.
And his food was amazing too. So he was a great chef as well.
I think a lot of other chefs of today always mention him as an inspiration to them. I remember watching him on Ready Steady Cook back when I was younger.
Remember his hair?
Yeah, he had the spikes up. Yeah. He was a fantastic chef, and I think an inspiration, as I said, to a lot of the chefs that we see today.